Max Holloway and Ilia Topuria fighting on the 26th of this month at UFC 308 main event for the featherweight title. Max Holloway's BMF title won't be on the line, even though Topuria wanted it to be on the line. That's something Dustin Poirier would like to have a crack at by having a tournament to compete for the baddest mother effer belt.
Poirier proposed a four-man tournament for the BMF title. Him, Gaethje, Max, and Dan Hooker. Is that something you'd ever consider? I mean, it's BMF, so you can make up your own rules.
Sounds fun. Never thought about it, but yeah, I love it.
Dustin Poirier is coming off a loss to Makhachev in a title fight in June. Before that, in March, he had a big knockout victory over Benoit Saint-Denis. He says he has one more fight left in him, but if he wants to do this four-man tournament, maybe he has two more fights left in him. He's currently number 4 in the lightweight division. Number 3, Gaethje's been called out by Moicano. Number 2, Oliveira's fighting Chandler next month, UFC 309, November 16th. And number 1, ranked Arman Sarukian's fighting for the belt next, possibly in January.
I want to ask, has there been any plans to go back to Japan? And ask you this, is there a reason why you haven't gone back since 2017?
Yeah, Japan is a tough place to navigate when you in business in general, But yeah, I mean, every place that why am I talking about Africa right now? And we end up with a Japanese star. Yeah, I can see us going back to Japan, but you have to have some stars. I mean, we went to Korea with the Zombie, and you gotta have the stars.
I think you have one in Kaya Sakura, who just got signed with the UFC.
We're gonna find out.
Conor McGregor praises Alex Pereira as being the number 1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. The current rankings have him as number 2, number 1 Makhachev, number 3 John Jones. Brandon Allen wants to take on Vettori in February. They have history. They're supposed to fight. Vettori pulled out. They even got into a scuffle in a casino. So February is the month Allen wants to fight. Danielle Wolf, no longer in the UFC roster. She ended up having a strange MMA career. Only 2 fights, one in the UFC, one on the Contender Series, but credit to her for transitioning from boxing into MMA. Victor Altamirano, no longer in the UFC roster as well. He's lost 3 in a row, including one 2 weeks back against Daniel Barez. Next week is the final week of the Contender Series for this season, Week 10. On this week's episode, every winner got a contract except Sean Gauchi. He was the only one who didn't get a finish in his victory. He probably should be in the UFC though. He's 10-1, won 7 in a row, including a win over Steve Erceg. Contender Series is very entertaining. One drawback though is sometimes the best fighters don't necessarily make it through because they don't get a finish.
Hey guys, obviously I'm pretty devastated by the fact that I didn't get a contract tonight. I thought I did enough beating the number 1 ranked guy in Australia. He's obviously super technical and super powerful, so I had to, play to my strengths as well, and I injured my hand, I think, in the second round, so I wasn't fully able to let go of my right hand, but I'm still in good spirits, and I think that I will be rewarded. This is just life testing me at the moment, and I just really appreciate everyone's support online, and I hope that I did you guys proud. That's it. Thank you guys.
I don't know what went into that process. I met the criteria to be selected, but I wasn't.
Artem Vaitov picked up a UFC contract on the Contender Series and shared a moment with Alex Pereira backstage. They were rivals in Glory Kickboxing. Now they both fight for the UFC. Vaitov was grateful for Pereira for helping him to get into the UFC. Dana White was on the fence as to whether to sign Vaitov. He asked Pereira if he should sign him, and Pereira said, yes, sign him. Vaitov is 3-1 in MMA. He was Alex Pereira's last 2 kickboxing fights. Pereira won the first one and he lost the second one, so he told Vaitov that he owes him one.
Dana, in addition to Poirier, someone else who proposed some fights for the UFC was Don Davison in PFL. I'm not sure if you saw that. He proposed Cyborg versus Pacheco and Harrison versus Pena. $2 million each to the winner. The losing company pays all the purses. I know the answer to the question, but I just wanted to hear your
Listen, I said it before, man. When you're losing the kind of money that they're losing and you're in the position that they're in, you just start throwing shit at the wall and you're trying to fight for your life. I mean, like I said whenever the hell I said it. I mean, this guy's talking about it cannot be fun to be one of their investors. It cannot be fun.
UFC Macau, tickets on sale now. 2 Jans are better than 1. It's not Yan Xiaonan against Figueiredo in the main event. It's Piotr Yan versus Figueiredo in the main event. Yan Xiaonan versus Tabitha Ricci in the co-main event. Main event has title shot implications in the bantamweight division. Winner may get a title shot after Umar, or if Umar can't fight, next for the belt for whatever reason, maybe they get the next shot. Another good fight on the Macau card is Volkan Oezdemir versus Carlos Ulberg in a light heavyweight contest. Interesting fight, exciting fight, and a good chance of somebody getting knocked out in that one. One championship card, 169 on Friday, November 8th, has added a strawweight kickboxing world championship fight. This card was supposed to be in Atlanta, but it moved to Bangkok, Thailand. Former UFC fighter Martin Held is fighting in KSW on December 10th. He fought Joe Lozon in the UFC, lost the decision, but Joe Lozon actually admitted afterwards that he lost that fight.
I disagree 100%. You know, I got screwed in my last fight. I felt I just should have went my way. This time, that was not my fight.
Joe Lozon hasn't fought since 2019. He was supposed to fight Cerrone 3 times in 2022, but he had 3 canceled fights with Cerrone in around just a month and a half.
There's no one doing it like me. Nobody. I make more dough than a bakery, I do, yeah?
His opinion of the verdict?
Judge, the jury, they're all fakes. Every one of them. They're rats. Don't bother me no more.
All these fucking people in this country, if you don't let this country fuck up,
$1 billion 911 $1 trillion 911 billion 844 billion 1 trillion. This money is too much for me.
Lack of communication, 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 communication. Hello, lack of communication. And then
Kurt, Walter.
Oh, here we go.
You see that?
Oh.
Dr. Doodle's been to heaven, bitch, and you want to test God? You fucking come get it. Shit stank.
He's mentally ill.
Oh.